restrictions, zoning, and building codes. Regulatory frameworks for housing often favor traditional construction methods and may not be well adapted to accommodate the unique features of tiny homes. Navigating complex and sometimes outdated regulations can be a significant challenge for those seeking to build and reside in sustainable tiny homes. Zoning laws, which dictate land use and property development, may only sometimes account for the innovative nature of tiny homes. Zoning restrictions may limit where tiny homes can be placed, leading to challenges in finding suitable locations for sustainable tiny home communities. Some municipalities have specific restrictions on the size and design of homes, which can directly impact tiny home dwellers. Restrictions on minimum square footage, for instance, may hinder the development and acceptance of sustainable tiny homes, while traditional building codes may not align with the construction methods and design principles of tiny homes. Meeting these codes can be challenging for builders, leading to increased costs and potential compromises in sustainable features. This is why we need to start our due diligence now and anticipate these hurdles, so we can start building our future today. We believe through partnerships, engaging in advocacy efforts, and education, we can raise awareness about the benefits of sustainable tiny home communities. By educating policymakers, local authorities, and the community about the positive aspects of sustainable tiny home living, such as reduced environmental impact and increased affordability, we can collectively work towards reforming zoning laws to create specific provisions for tiny homes, collaborate with local governments to introduce zoning amendments that allow for the development of sustainable tiny home communities in designated areas, work towards reforming zoning laws to create specific provisions for tiny homes, collaborate with local governments to introduce zoning amendments that allow for the development of sustainable tiny home communities in designated areas, facilitate cooperation with local communities to address concerns and dispel misconceptions surrounding tiny homes. Highlighting the positive impacts of sustainable tiny home living can garner support and overcome resistance to change. Additionally, advocate for the development of specialized building codes for tiny homes, taking into account energy-efficient technologies, sustainable materials, and innovative construction methods while ensuring safety standards. Forge partnerships with local authorities, building inspectors, and planning departments to collaboratively establish common ground. This ensures compliance with regulations while accommodating the unique needs of sustainable tiny home communities. Showcase the viability and benefits of sustainable tiny homes through demonstration projects, serving as living examples for communities and authorities on their harmonious integration into urban or rural landscapes. Collaborate with legal experts specializing in land use and zoning laws to navigate the legal landscape. Identify challenges and formulate strategies to overcome regulatory hurdles. Launch public awareness campaigns to generate support for sustainable tiny homes, influencing policymakers to reconsider or revise existing regulations. Addressing regulatory hurdles, zoning laws, tiny home restrictions, and building codes necessitates a multifaceted approach, combining advocacy, education, collaboration, and innovation. The social stigma associated with tiny home living is a significant challenge, driven by misconceptions about amenities, comfort, and aesthetic appeal. Overcoming this perception requires concerted efforts to showcase the practicality and quality of life in tiny homes, fostering a more inclusive and supportive environment. Encourage collaboration with local communities to address concerns and correct misunderstandings about tiny homes. Illustrate the positive impacts of sustainable tiny home living to garner support and overcome resistance to change. Simultaneously, advocate for the development of tailored building codes for tiny homes, considering energy-efficient technologies, sustainable materials, and innovative construction methods while ensuring safety standards. Form partnerships with local authorities, building inspectors, and planning departments to find common ground. This collaborative effort aims to ensure compliance with regulations while accommodating the specific needs of sustainable tiny home communities. Develop demonstration projects showcasing the viability and benefits of sustainable tiny homes. serving as living examples for communities and authorities. These projects demonstrate how tiny homes can seamlessly integrate into the existing urban or rural landscape. Collaborate closely with legal experts specializing in land use and zoning laws to leverage their expertise in navigating the legal landscape. Their insights can help identify potential challenges and formulate effective strategies to overcome regulatory hurdles. Simultaneously, launch public awareness campaigns to garner support for sustainable tiny homes, aiming to enhance public understanding and acceptance. This, in turn, can positively influence policymakers, encouraging them to reconsider or revise existing regulations, effectively addressing regulatory hurdles. Zoning laws, tiny home restrictions, and building codes necessitates a multifaceted approach. This approach combines advocacy, education, collaboration, and innovation by uniting efforts with communities and authorities. A more inclusive and supportive environment for sustainable tiny homes can be created. Notably, one of the primary challenges faced by tiny home communities is the social stigma associated with living in smaller dwellings. Many individuals perceive tiny homes as unconventional or inferior, leading to potential discrimination and negative judgments. This perception may stem from a misconception that tiny homes lack essential amenities, comfort, or aesthetic appeal. Overcoming this misconception and demonstrating that tiny homes are suitable for diverse living styles represents a significant hurdle that requires concerted efforts. The upfront costs of tiny home construction, while generally lower than traditional homes, can still be a barrier for some individuals. Access to financing options and overcoming financial barriers are essential for promoting inclusivity in our sustainable tiny home living. However, though, through education and awareness, we can launch comprehensive education and awareness campaigns to dispel myths and stereotypes about tiny homes, highlight the benefits, sustainable features, and diverse lifestyles that sustainable tiny homes can accommodate. We can also encourage community engagement by organizing events, open houses, and workshops that allow people to experience tiny homes firsthand. This hands-on approach helps demystify the lifestyle and fosters a better understanding within the broader community. By showcasing architectural innovation and aesthetically pleasing designs of tiny homes, emphasize how creative architecture and thoughtful design can maximize space and functionality, addressing concerns about comfort and livability. Share testimonials and success stories from individuals or families who have embraced tiny home living. Real-life experiences can challenge stereotypes and provide a more nuanced perspective on the benefits and satisfaction derived from living in a tiny home. Partner with media outlets to feature positive stories about tiny home communities. Documentaries, TV shows, and articles that showcase the diverse lifestyles and people thriving in tiny homes can reshape public perception. Engage in advocacy efforts to influence zoning laws and regulations. Work with policymakers to develop specific guidelines for tiny home communities, ensuring they are recognized as a legitimate and viable housing option. Inclusive financing options, or collaborating with financial institutions to develop inclusive financing options for tiny home buyers, addresses challenges in traditional financing. Traditional mortgage lenders may not align well with the unique characteristics of tiny homes, such as smaller loan amounts and conventional structures and mobility aspects. Some credit unions and community banks have recognized this need and started offering specialized loan products tailored to tiny home buyers. These loans consider factors like the size, mobility, and construction materials unique to tiny homes. Interest rates and loan terms for tiny homes may differ from traditional mortgages due to perceived risk or the uniqueness of these properties. Collaboration with financial institutions may also involve advocating for policy changes at various levels to accommodate the financing dynamics specific to tiny home ownership. Some regions have seen government initiatives, including grants, subsidies, or incentives, supporting the tiny home movement. These initiatives can positively influence financing options by reducing financial barriers for both buyers and lenders. For the most up-to-date and specific information, It's recommended to check industry reports, financial institutions, or organizations specializing in alternative housing solutions. Additionally, staying informed about any changes in regulations or government initiatives related to tiny homes can provide valuable insights. Utilize social media and online platforms to create a positive narrative around tiny home living. Share inspiring content, build a supportive online community, and engage with a broader audience to challenge and reshape existing stereotypes. Actively participate in local community events and initiatives. By integrating tiny home communities into the broader social fabric, it becomes easier to break down stereotypes and foster acceptance. Overcoming social stigma and changing perceptions about tiny homes requires a concerted effort involving education, community engagement, architectural innovation, and policy advocacy. By addressing these challenges systematically, tiny home communities can contribute to a more inclusive and diverse housing landscape. Affordability and financial flexibility of our homes. Smart, sustainable tiny homes and tiny movable homes typically come with lower upfront costs compared to traditional homes, making them accessible for young people, first-time homeowners, and those looking for more financial flexibility. Reduced utility bills due to energy-efficient features and sustainable technologies contribute to long-term cost savings. Accessibility for disabled individuals. Thoughtful design and technology integration provide accessibility features, making smart, sustainable tiny homes suitable for disabled individuals. While smart home automation can enhance accessibility with voice-activated controls, automated doors, and adjustable furniture, utilizing lightweight construction materials and modular designs not only cater to those with mobility challenges, but those who enjoy traveling or have work-related travel commitments and enjoy the freedom of the open road in one of our tiny movable homes. Portable and energy efficient, these movable homes are designed for easy relocation, providing mobile living option for those with physical mobility concerns. Integration of sustainable materials, such as recycled steel, reclaimed wood, and energy-efficient insulation, aligns with eco-friendly practices. Reduced carbon footprint due to energy-efficient systems and sustainable construction practices appeal to environmentally conscious individuals. Smart home systems, powered by AI, offer enhanced convenience and efficiency in managing lighting, heating, security, and more. Voice-activated controls and AI-driven assistants make daily tasks easier for everyone, including those with physical limitations. Space optimization and minimalism lifestyles coupled with thoughtful interior design, or as we prefer to say, turning space into form and function, maximizing the space that we do have by giving it several functions, providing a more versatile living area without sacrificing comfort or wasting space. Minimalist living encourages a clutter-free environment, which can be appealing to individuals seeking a simpler lifestyle. We believe that creating these communities and integration social connectivity is the way of the future. These smart, sustainable tiny home communities foster a sense of community, promoting social interactions and support networks for those communities whose shared spaces and communal facilities enhance the overall living experience, especially beneficial for those with shared interests, special needs, commonalities, and more, such as single parents, or retirees, or veterans and disabled veterans, and those simply seeking a supportive community environment. These energy-efficient and renewable energy integrations and the advancements in energy-efficient appliances and fixtures contribute to lower energy consumption. Integrating solar panels and other renewable energy sources further reduces environmental impact and utility costs. Not to mention that the interior layouts can be tailored to accommodate specific preferences, making the tiny home a personalized and comfortable space. While AI-powered security systems, including smart cameras and automated locks, enhance safety and provide peace of mind, these integrated security features cater to the needs of individuals, couples, and families, creating a secure living environment. Resilience and disaster preparedness are key attributes of our sustainable home. By utilizing recycled materials, our homes aren't just eco-friendly, they can often contribute to the resiliency of the structures. providing durability and protection in adverse weather conditions. Smart home features can include disaster preparedness systems, ensuring the safety of occupants in challenging situations in areas prone to extreme weather conditions. Please join us in Chapter 6, the final chapter. Renew You Too. Renew the world.